you guys, it is me, it is she, it is your girl, and I am back, hopefully like I never left. I'm coming to y'all with a girl talk because it was actually requested. I was not gonna do one of these videos because I thought they were overplayed. We all know how to wash, we all know how to smell good all day, but I'm sitting here thinking, I have a lot of things that I've been learning on this journey of navigating adulthood, especially by myself. We can talk about that. That's still a girl talk. It doesn't always have to be all washy, smell goody. I'm gonna talk to y'all about the real of what navigating this life is, especially as a Christian woman, a woman of faith, because girl, it gets real. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe, especially if you like this video, if you like what I say, if you just like me, subscribe so you can see more of me. I have my little notes to go over a couple of things that I just wanted to make sure I hone in on. I'm just gonna start off by talking about navigating adulthood because that consists of a couple things for me. One of the more difficult things that I've had to learn is that I have to be my own advocate. I have to learn the information that is important for progression, and I have to be able to set boundaries around the knowledge that I've learned so that people don't play with me. For example, I recently had a situation with my job. It was basically withholding problem, an issue with that, and claim tips versus what I actually made. It was a whole little thing. I initially went in telling them the problem, like, hey, this has been happening for the last couple paychecks. What can we do to fix this? They basically not shoot me off, but we're not as concerned as I was, which makes sense. It's my paycheck. Nothing is wrong with them. They're the business. They're the ones trying to make the money. But it made me realize I need to know the inner workings of the things that I'm doing in my daily life so that I know how to advocate for myself, so that I can go into spaces and be like, hey, this is what I know. This is what I know needs to be done. We need to get this done. X, Y, and Z. Even outside of money, just knowing how this world works and what you need to do to make sure that you're not God. Don't be the person that is just doing what other people advise you all the time. Have an idea and a game plan of what you want to happen for your life and the steps that it takes to get there, and advocate for yourself. Be able to make a decision. Be able to research a topic, a situation, whatever, and map out the way you want to get there. And be sure about it. Be bold about it. Be stern about it. Do what you gotta do. You really are your best advocate. Besides the Holy Spirit, besides God, you're your best advocate. You need to show up for yourself 100% in everything. That also goes hand in hand with knowing yourself and knowing the method you want to take to get to the things you want. First of all, knowing yourself comes with knowing who you are in God. We'll get into that later, but I know myself. I know myself from months, maybe years of consecration and spending time with the Lord. I know who I am. I will not let anyone else tell me who I am. That doesn't mean that if somebody tells me you're being this way or you're being this way, then I'm like, no, God says I'm wonderfully created. Like, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, I know what I do in my private time. I know I have good morals, good intentions. I'm constantly seeking to do the right thing, and I know I'm not messy. I don't be lying. So I never let what other people's projections of themselves or their lives, I never let that get to me. Say all that to say, because I know who I am, I know how I want to navigate situations. I know how I'm okay coming off, if that makes sense. You have to know yourself in a world that is going to be constantly trying to tell you who you are. I promise you have to have some kind of sense of self, some kind of sense of boundaries for yourself, what you are going to do, what you're not going to do, the kind of person you want to be, the kind of person that you are going to be. There are a lot of decisions in this life that seem small that really indicate what your character is. Having integrity, telling the truth, having compassion, being reasonable and understanding, these are all key factors of your character that you have to decide on daily. Daily, y'all. Conflict is going to happen. Somebody is going to lie. Somebody is going to get on your nerves. Somebody is going to take something the wrong way or claim something about you that's not true. You have to know who you are and be able to let things kind of bounce off you. You have to really have a stoicism to this life. You have to have a sense of self enough to know this is who I am. I make mistakes. It is possible that I was impatient in this situation, that I was disrespectful in this situation, but knowing what your character is and what you consistently display is important. Don't let people tell you who you are, because you will if you don't have a firm grounding in who you are. And that only comes from God. You can find your identity in other things, you can, but the best, the truest, the rightest way is in God. So I've really had to hone in on who I am, making sure that I'm making decisions every day that align to who I am, so that when things do happen, when arrows are thrown, I'm able to stand strong in the fact that this is who I am. These are the decisions I make daily. I know what I did or said or didn't do or didn't say. I'm not going to let that bother me. And on top of that, because you know yourself, because you know who you are, you have to not have a crash out mentality. Y'all, I used to have a crash out mentality because I used to battle with anger. I used to be an angry little girl. I was the type of person where on a daily, I'm not just angry. I'm not going to lash out. I'm not going to cuss or be ready to fight you. No, I'm the type of person where little by little things will keep happening and I'll get upset and then I will blow up. There have been so many situations in my life where I've literally blown up. Like, yeah, let's go. I'm ready. We're on that type of time and now you took me there. Like, that was me. That was me, y'all. Once I got to my wit's end, it was like, let's go. Girl, I done left home. I didn't quit jobs. It didn't matter. Crash out. Once I got there, all hell's breaking loose. Let's go. You cannot have a crash out mentality when you are attacked or when you are at your wit's end. You have to keep your composure and decide who you want to be when under attack. And that also comes with a lot of change. Back whenever I was more of a hothead, my self-control was rooted in knowing if they take me here, I'm ready to go all the way. So I could take stuff and I would be like, yeah, she got about one more day of this and it's on. That's how I would soothe myself and ease myself. Now that I have a strong foundation of who I am and the person that I want to be, and I know my future self is not a hothead, no emotion is going to have that much control over me, I have to find my peace and my soothing and my grounding in something else. I can't ground myself in the fact that, oh, she got a week until I pop off. I have to ground myself in the fact that, you know what? Who knows what kind of day she had? Maybe these people are miserable. Maybe they don't have this in their life. Maybe they're missing this. Maybe there's something about me that they want, but they don't really know how to get it out, so it comes out in negativity. I have to ground myself in different things, and that also means I don't get to walk around with this sort of superiority of knowing if push comes to shove, I'm gonna go all the way. Because I'm not anymore. I'm going to let you have it because I'm not willing to go certain places for certain people. I'm not about to cuss you out. You're just not going to get that out of me. I'm not about to be petty and play stupid games with you. You're just not going to get that level of pettiness out of me. All I'm going to do is pray for you and keep it pushing. If you really want to be the best person, it comes with a lot of self-control and just security. And I'm really figuring this out. A lot of people, all ages, are very insecure. And that manifests itself in so many different ways. Chronic complainers, people pleasing, lying, gossiping, all these things come from a place of insecurity. I'm not gonna gossip with you about the next person because I'm happy if somebody is doing X, Y, and Z. I just don't care enough to really sit there and talk about it. I'd be like, that's something. But girl, guess what I'm doing this week? It's just different, y'all. You know, we got navigating adulthood, self-control, security. We got all that. Now let's talk about something a little juicy. I ain't never talked about this with y'all. And now, keep in mind my perspective. I'm 20 years old, young. I don't got no churn. I don't got no babies. I'm doing things on my own. So this is my perspective. I've noticed that a lot of people my age, if they've been in a relationship, it was toxic to the point that it turned them toxic, right? I'm fortunate enough where all the things that I've been through honestly made me better. They showed me the flaws about myself, the flaws to see in other people, what I want, what I don't want. I really feel like a completely better person after the situations that I've been in my life. So I'm not dating from a scorned place. And I feel like a lot of people are. I feel like a lot of people go into relationships with a certain level of insecurity. It just makes for the dating scene that we see today. What I have to say about dating, it is very simple. We make things hard in relationships, especially girls. I'm not even gonna lie, because I've never in my life doubted whether the person I was with liked me or not. Love is not a feeling, it's an action. You will know if someone loves you, likes you, cares about you by the things they do. It will be so abundantly clear. I always say, if you have to question it, the answer is no. If you have to question it, the answer is no. And I still stand by that because I've never once in a relationship I've been like, does he like me? Does he want a future with me? It was made abundantly clear. Yes, this is what we're going towards. Now, whether it actually happened or not doesn't have anything to do with if that was the intention that was set. Things go wrong. People in this age bracket, they make things more difficult. It's like, so he said he likes me and he said he wants the world with me after 2 weeks, but some days he don't be calling and texting back. His phone be on do not disturb and he takes phone calls outside. But like he always drops food off at my job and it's just like, babe, we know the answer. We're making things more difficult because we want a different answer. But it's very simple. You just gotta be so for real. Like, just be so for real. I'm always taking things back to God. I truly think that if you know who you are, what the precedent that God set is, you would not entertain tomfoolery. You really would not. Being desired is one thing. We're all going to be desired by somebody. Somebody at some point in some way is going to show some kind of interest in us. But to be respected, to be truly loved, to be thought about, cared for, that's different. I feel like people take desire and equate it to things that it's not. I'm not going to be flattered by every man that desires me. If you just look at someone's actions and look at the way that levels up to what they say, that will show you a lot. And I also think if you look at what someone is grounded in and how they carry out their life based off what they're grounded in, that'll tell you everything you need to know. I just want my girls to just be so for real. Personally, I don't date for fun. I'm a very purpose-driven, eternal mindset kind of person. So sure, if you're just here for a good time, not a long time, it's not that deep for you and you're just, living life, having fun, sure, like I get it. But if you really are desiring something meaningful, you can't have premature feelings. You have to separate your feelings from reality and not fantasize and make up a person, but just look at what it really is. And don't ever let your loneliness or your desire to have a man or to have something to do every Saturday night, don't ever let that come before boundaries and reality. But another point that I realized, especially since I've been living alone, don't ever let that man come to your house. Do not let that man come to your house, especially if you have your own place, like you got your own thing going on. When y'all go on a date, meet there. You're not coming to my safe space. You're not coming to the place God blessed me with. For what? For what? What do you want to do here? My biggest fear is for me to break things off and them coming to my house on some please what? Sir, if you don't get off of my property, no, you can no. Oh, send the Addy, I'll pick you up. No. If you do that, there's nothing wrong with that. This isn't law, but I'm just saying, you're not coming to my house. I prayed for this place. I prayed over this place. This is where I come to decompress. This is where my secret place is, my quiet place. No, you cannot come over here, boy. Let's go to this restaurant. And I don't really want to go to your place either. Matter of fact, now that we're on the topic. But anyway, y'all, dating, I really do think it's simple. I think a lot of people don't want to be alone, so they'll take something rather than nothing. And people let their delusions hype people up in their head. And then when that person doesn't live up to the fake expectation that you set, you're heartbroken, this, that, and the third. I'm just a firm believer in God's plan always coming into fruition. I don't know if I'm delusional in this way. I just know when the right one comes, it's going to be abundantly clear. And so anytime I'm meeting people and it's like, I'm not even tempted to daydream or fantasize or think this is the one, because it's like, it would be abundantly clear. That's my little spiel on dating as an adult. But, you know, go out and enjoy your little dates every now and then. It's okay for a man to take you out so you get to know people. I've gotten to know people and different personalities and all that. But, yeah, that's all I really got to say about that. Next on this adulthood tip is organization. Obviously, besides God, this to me is the key thing that has kept me grounded. I do a to-do list daily. I write the date, I write my to-do list, everything that I need to get done in order, and I cross it off as I go. I have a calendar. I actually did a video on this in a vlog. I write down my goals. I write down everything I have to do each day, my work schedule, any engagements that I need to attend, video deadlines, that, so that I have a clear presentation on what the month has, setting my intentions, my goals, what I want to do. It's all there written down. That has been such a key. I could not maintain my life without organization. I couldn't personally. I plan. Every month is planned. Every day is planned. I remember coming up in my household, I had a routine every single day. Wake up, brush my teeth, wash my face, go to school, come home, have a snack, do my homework, watch TV for an hour, clean my room, bath time, bed, do it all over again. And I realized things went messy in my life when I got out of routine, when I stopped doing things every day for the simple fact that they need to be done every day. And I started getting into, well, I don't feel like it. And, well, I'll do this when I have the time. And you just start pushing it off. No, you need to have a set plan and schedule and get yourself in a routine every single day. If I don't have that structure, things feel off. I have to pray every morning. I have to get ready every day. Whether I have something to do or not, I need to brush my teeth, wash my face, and put clothes on and do my hair and do my edges and look presentable. That's a must. I need to have a clean space. That's another part of adulting that I feel like plays a big part in my success. You know, whenever people are coming over and you're having company and you have to clean everything perfect, sparkling for the company. I realize I deserve to have things sparkling when I come home from work. I deserve to wake up to a room that smells good and is already clean and have a clear mind to set my day. I don't just need to have that for whenever someone's coming over. I should get to have that. I have like a stay ready so you never have to get ready kind of attitude. You won't catch me slipping because I do things every day for myself. I've had a couple of times where impromptu people be like, oh, hey, want to hang out, want to do something, can I come over? And I'm ready and I'm prepared for it because, girl, this is my routine. I do this on a daily. You just popping in and seeing it. I know some people aren't as tight-knit, stick up the butt as me. They live a more loose life, which is cool. Like, this isn't law. This is just me. I'm telling y'all, like, girl talk, what has helped me. But me, I need that structure. I need to sit down and write out my day. That's just me. I'm a planner. Whatever that means. Like on the days where I need more grace, where I'm falling off, I haven't cleaned my room in a couple of days, the dishes piled up and I'm busy and I can't get to it. Things like that happen. Of course, I do need to pray more during that time because my environment always represents what's going on in my head. Pray to God. He'll always help alleviate the stress whenever your plans fall apart, whenever my plans of being structured and perfect fall apart. But one of the other things that I'm experiencing on this navigating adulthood journey is placing an emphasis on there being a time for everything. I used to be the kind of person who would sporadically purchase and buy things that I may need. Some things were needs, some things were wants, but I never really had a priority list. Making a plan that was made clear, put on paper of what I was trying to achieve and how I needed to get there, which left me in the back of my mind saying, I know I'm reaching for this goal, but I wasn't making active steps to get there. because I wasn't prioritizing. This is what I mean. There is a time you are going to buy nice furniture, buy staple clothing, buy that nice jewelry that doesn't tarnish, buy a plot of land. There's going to be a time for everything, but there are also seasons of your life where you have to cut back, essentially. For me, this place, I have not extensively decorated in the way that I know I'm going to decorate another place I get or my future home. It just doesn't make sense to, right? I'm not going to go out and buy the bed that I really want, buy the dresser and the curtains and all the things that I really want, because that's not a priority right now. I was gifted furniture that gets the job done. I had things from my dorm that get the job done. There is going to be a time I am going to put my efforts and my money into investing in those nicer things that I want, but now it's just not the time. And I remember I used to be a person that didn't understand that. I didn't understand, like, I need a nice bed, I need a new bed. So that's not a bad purchase, because having a good bed is not a bad purchase. It is going to be something that's going to benefit you for years to come, but now is not the time. In these last recent months, I made a priorities list. I need to first tackle this debt, then I needed to get my laptop fixed, then I needed to start saving towards X, Y, and Z, and I did not deviate from that. So while I was working on my debt, I'm not going to put money towards my staple wardrobe that I do need and I will want one day. I'm not going to do that. All of my money is going to go towards that goal. Just prioritizing the things that are important in that moment. I know it seems kind of self-explanatory, but I feel like this is the reason why a lot of people don't save or don't get to their goals, because they're not thinking in chapters. It's more like, this is what I need and want now, so I'm gonna get it and think about the effects afterwards. Or at least that's how I used to be. So now I've just made myself more aware of the fact that I'm working towards a bigger goal, and in my day-to-day right now does not matter as much as what I'm reaching for. There's a time where I am going to be back into my maintenance day. Like, I went months without getting my hair done, but it wasn't the time. I just had bigger fish to fry, and it doesn't always have to be like maintenance. There is going to be a time I am going to be able to put my money and my efforts into more cosmetic things, more fun things. It's just not right now, and I'm not going to stress myself out by trying to get those things prematurely. Learning to be content with not having everything of my dreams, everything not being perfect, but that being completely okay for the time being. That's growth for me. And so my last little spiel about this adulthood and how I've been successful and all that stuff is going back to me talking about having an eternal mindset. That just means for me, everything is God-centered. Every action, every word, every thought goes through this filter of an eternal mindset. Is this God-centered? Where is this going to get my soul? What is the purpose of this decision? I really feel like I'm just a person who needs that in their life. I need a purpose. I need a goal. I need a plan. My faith gives me that. My faith has made me nothing but better. It's given me all the tools that I need to be my most successful. And so when I'm making a decision, what I'm going to wear, if I'm going to go out, where I'm going to go out, the conversations that I'm going to have, I just have this eternal mindset. It really helps me to filter out nonsense and irresponsible decisions. I remember this was last month. There was this little music club near me, and I was off this day. It was a Saturday night. They were having an R&B night. Y'all, I love R&B. That is my genre. And I had just gotten a clothes package in that day. I was like, I'm off. I got some new clothes. I'm gonna listen to some R&B. It's gonna be Y'all, the conviction that came over me as soon as I bought the ticket, I was like, Jalen, be so for real. And so I had to make a decision. Well, it wasn't a decision. It was either be obedient or be disobedient. But I knew I couldn't go. I literally had to just eat the $30 because I was like, shouldn't have even bought it without consulting God in the first place. But it's just things like that where I'm just constantly making sure that God is first. I've lived life without God and I hated it. When I live life in His purpose, it gives me purpose. It makes life make sense. I'm doing things on His timing, on His accord, and that He has a plan. plan. He has an ultimate plan. As much as I think I'm a planner and as much as I think I am meticulous and organized, he is even more so. So he has a plan. His plan is the one I'm following. I just don't know what it is. I just keep an eternal mindset, making sure that every decision that I go through goes through that filter of God, of the Holy Spirit. And I highly recommend that y'all do too, because you don't have to be as, I think it's like type A as me. There are plenty of more sporadic people and creatives or whatever out there that follow God. God is all of that too. God's not just like this, but like God knows how to show up in my life the way I need him to. And God will show up in your life the way you need him to. Just having him first, y'all, it has been a game changer. He got me here. He's been sustaining me here. He's been doing amazing things here. I just focus on him every day and everything always works out. This life gets hectic. This life gets busy. You can get so caught up in the everyday busyness and a routine, but you have to stop and make time for God. Like by keeping a Sabbath. I think that is so important, but I haven't done it yet, but making sure that there is at least one day out of the week where you are not going to work, where you are not making yourself engaged to anything, but setting specific time aside for God to rest. All this planning that I do, it keeps my mind going 24/7, but I do need a time where I'm like, hey, God, I'm gonna just sit with you. It does kind of crash into your planning and your schedule some days, and it's like, Jalen, I know you have time to edit a video, but I need you to pray. It's not all about the planning, it's more about focusing on him, keeping him first, whatever he wants you to do, and you doing that. But yeah, girl, that's how I've been navigating this life. Just the things that I would recommend to y'all. This life gets hectic. This life will take you there. People are gonna try you. People gonna come for you. Men, women, girls, boys, all ages. It really just comes with the territory of being a human. But I'm navigating it, girl. Me and God. God is killing it. Me, I'm sucking. But yes, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really hope you guys feel me. Any other girls out there, we're kind of going through the same thing or whatever, like you get it. This life is just lifing, girl, but we making it through day by day, picking up that cross, dying to our flesh, trying to balance that and being our age. It's a lot, girl, but I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know any more videos that you want to see, that you're interested in, because this was actually a suggestion by someone in my comments. And yeah, I hope you liked it. Bye.